How do these people not melt at the touch? Senior Counselor Lerka's words echoed in the great chamber and attracted disbelieving looks from the assembled representatives of the Galaxy Parliament. The great chamber, filled with representatives of hundreds of races, had never been so quiet. The current topic is water, a substance as corrosive as acid to most species in the galaxy. It is the cornerstone of Draxel's life, whose physiology thrives in a sea of methane. It is a deadly poison to Norvax's 5 inhabitants, who evolved in a sulfurous environment. Water is a universal solvent that is destructive and hostile. Yet humans, these strange new beings from an obscure planet called Earth, seem to not only survive in it but thrive, and this baffled the Galactic Council to no end. Dr. Lorak, the Council's leading Zob biologist, cleared his throat, his tendrils twitching nervously as esteemed counselors. I spend a considerable amount of time studying human interactions with water. They call it the living element, and it forms a significant part of their planet's surface and is integral to their biology. Murmur once again began to grind the unbelievers through the camera. The advisory shelves from the ice world in the 7th year, where the basis of life was floating nitrogen, could not contain his skepticism. Dr. Lorak, do you recommend that people be immersed in this water and not disappear? How does Lorak activate a holographic screen that projects images of people swimming in the ocean, drinking water, or even playing in the rain? These images horrified and fascinated foreign representatives. Humans have evolved to not only resist water, but also to rely on it. Their cells need it for vital functions. Their bodies are contorted. Most of the Verlac leans forward. Its bright eyes narrow. And what about their contact with our species? Are they carriers of this substance? Lorak wonders if we should worry about pollution. There have been no cases of pollution so far. Humans are very good at maintaining a sterile environment when dealing with water-sensitive species. They understand the danger this poses to others. The chatter in the council grew louder and louder, filled with suspicion and curiosity. Finally, Counselor Zor from the Lotha Prime amino lifeform spoke his voice, a deep rumble. We need to get to know these people better. Their relationship with water is unprecedented. It may hold the key to new biological insights, or even technological breakthroughs. In the midst of the council's debate, Captain Jason Miller of the Terran Diplomatic Corps stood quietly to one side, observing the proceedings with a musical smile. He had been the first human to address the council, and his presence here was as much a curiosity as the subject of water itself. Seeing an opening, Miller stepped forward. Advisors, if I may, he began his voice. Reduces noise. Water is indeed vital to us, but it is more than just a substance. This is part of our culture and tradition. We have learned to respect it and harness its power. Maybe we can share our knowledge with you. Counselor Black raised his eyebrows. What knowledge can you provide about this dangerous substance? We have mastered the art of desalination to turn seawater into potable water. Our understanding of hydroponics allows us to grow food in an environment previously thought to be uninhabitable. The room fell silent again, but this time it was a thoughtful silence. Although initially shocked and frightened, the aliens began to see the potential benefits of learning about humans and their relationship with water. Counselor Zor broke the silence with a thoughtful voice. Perhaps this has its advantages. We can learn from human adaptability. Their ability to thrive in such an environment may provide insight into resilience and survival. Varric nodded slowly. Very well, Captain Miller. We will consider your offer, but understand this. The safety of our species is paramount. Any interaction must be strictly controlled. Miller, of course, nodded in agreement. We are committed to ensuring that no species is harmed through our collaboration. As the council meeting adjourned, Miller couldn't help but chuckle to himself. People were once afraid of the vastness of space and the unknown dangers that lurked in it. Yet here they stood before the most powerful beings in the galaxy, whose greatest value was something as simple as water. The road ahead will not be easy. There were still many challenges to overcome and many fears to allay. But for the first time, the Galactic Council had opened the door to a new kind of understanding, one that could bridge the vast rift between worlds, and it all started with water. As Miller walked out of the great room, he couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The galaxy has a lot to learn about humans, and humans have a lot to learn about the galaxy. Perhaps through this exchange, they can find common ground in the most unexpected places. The meeting hall was buzzing with activity delegates discussing the day's revelations, and Miller's thoughts turned to Earth. He wondered how his fellow humans would react to the news that their seemingly mundane relationship with water had become the subject of galactic intrigue. They knew a little. A passion for water would be the first step in a journey that would forever change the humanity of the galaxy back to Earth. Word of the Galactic Senate's fascination with water spread quickly. Scientists and officials are scrambling to prepare for an influx of alien visitors interested in the life-giving liquid. The United Nations created a special committee to manage intergalactic relations, and scientists wanted to share their knowledge and learn from the various species that inhabit the galaxy. Meanwhile, Captain Jason Miller returned to Earth with Council scientists, including Dr. Lorak, who were keen to study humans in their natural environment. Their first stop is the Pacific Ocean, one of the largest bodies of water on Earth, where the spacecraft lands in the big blue sky. The foreign visitor is visibly nervous. Dr. Excited, however, Lorak could not hide his fear. "Captain Miller, are you sure? It is safe for us to be away from such a large amount of water. We want to share our world with you, but we also understand your concerns." The ship sits atop a research vessel in the Pacific Ocean, and those on board have prepared a series of demonstrations to show the different ways they interact with water. The first is simple. A group of explorers swims and dives into the water, their bodies moving effortlessly through the water. The aliens rush in with awe, the humans swim with smiles, and Dr. Rox's strings twitch. With curiosity, they seem to enjoy the interaction. Why doesn't their body dissolve when Miller smiles? Our skin acts as a barrier to protect our internal systems. Additionally, our bodies are made up of cells that require water to function properly. It is an essential part of our biology. The next demonstration took place on the research ship itself, where scientists showed aliens how water can be purified and made safe for consumption. Marine biology expert Dr. Hargrove explains the process we use to remove impurities from water, using various methods, such as filtration, distillation, and even reverse osmosis. It ensures that we have access to clean drinking water, which is essential for our survival. Dr. Lorak examined the device carefully. Taking notes on his hollow pillows appealed to my domestic plans, and the idea of purifying toxic substances to make them safe was unheard of. We simply avoid such materials entirely. Dr. Hargrove nodded. It's about adapting. We learn to make the most of our resources, no matter how challenging they may seem. As the days passed, the alien delegation visited various locations around Earth, each demonstrating a different aspect of humanity's relationship with water. They saw hydroelectric dams that harness the power of flowing water to generate electricity, desalination plants that turn seawater into fresh water, and agricultural systems that relied on sophisticated irrigation techniques to grow crops in arid regions. One of the most high-profile demonstrations took place in a city during heavy rains. The aliens were initially shocked by the sight of humans walking, seemingly unaffected by the downpour. When Dr. Lorak observed the scene, his eyes expanded. They were exposed to falling water without fear. This is fatal to many Miller species. Churning rain is a natural part of our weather system. It's something we're used to. In fact, many of us found it refreshing, and the delegation became increasingly knowledgeable about water. They marveled at the ingenuity of human technology and the adaptability of human biology, but it wasn't just the scientific aspects that fascinated them. Cultural and social importance of water. They also left a deep impression. In a small village, they attended a traditional ceremony where people celebrated the onset of the rainy season. The villagers danced and sang their faces, which were illuminated when the first drops fell from the sky. Dr. Lorak has been observed with a mixture of miracles and confusion. This ritual is a water mill celebration that wakes up. Yes, water enters our culture and traditions. It symbolizes life, renewal, and connection. We honor it in many ways. The final part of the journey took the delegation to the Amazon rainforest, a vibrant place crisscrossed by countless rivers and streams. Here they met the indigenous communities that had lived in harmony with the aquatic environment for generations. The leader of such a society, Topa, welcomed foreigners through the translation of open arms. He shared the story of his relationship with the river. Water is the source of our lives. It nourishes our land, sustains our bodies, and connects us to the spirits of our ancestors. We protect it, and in return, it provides for us. Dr. Lorick listened carefully to his point of view. With each story transfer, not only did he begin to treat water as a dangerous substance, but he was also an important strength in building this heavy life. As the delegation prepared to return to the Galactic Council, Dr. Lorick addressed Miller with newfound respect. Captain Miller, this trip has been educational. We have much to learn from your species. Your ability to thrive with this substance is simply remarkable. This exchange of knowledge is just the beginning. Together, we can overcome the challenges that spacecraft leave behind on Earth, but we must take them with us when they lift off. The Galactic Council awaits their report with bated breath, ready to learn about humanity and their surprising relationship with water. When the ship with Dr. Lorick and the delegation approached the Galactic Council station, the atmosphere on board was one of excitement and anticipation. The discoveries they made on Earth were revolutionary, and their impact was enormous. Dr. Lorick prepared his report and was ready to propose the opening of the council. After arriving, senior consultants, other council members, and other members of the delegation council. The hall was packed with members of many species, all eager to hear the messages. Dr. Lorick stood before the council, his tendrils twitching, and the esteemed counselors were delighted. Our mission to Earth has been an amazing success. We experienced firsthand the unusual relationship between people and water, a deadly substance for many of our species. He projects holograms and videos of people interacting with water in various ways, swimming to cleanse, harnessing the power of water, and celebrating its presence. The council watched in stunned silence as their earlier skepticism was replaced by genuine curiosity and admiration. Humans have evolved to thrive in water-dominated environments, Lorick continued, and their biology not only tolerates but also requires water. They have developed their technology for purification and use to convert potential threats into essential resources. Their cultural customs also emphasize the importance of water. Speaked Cooler Zor, whose past skepticism had become exciting. Dr. Lorick, your results are extraordinary. What consequences do you see for the rest of the galaxy when Lorick smiles? There are many potential benefits that we can learn from human technologies and their methods of water treatment and management. They could be adapted to other hostile environments, providing new ways to sustain life. Additionally, their cultural appreciation of water provides a unique perspective on resource conservation and respect. Counselor Watts nodded thoughtfully. This could change our understanding of adaptation and survival. However, we must proceed with caution. How do we keep our species safe while interacting with humans? Captain Miller, who had been quietly observing, stepped forward. Counselor, we understand your concerns. We proposed a controlled exchange plan. Human scientists and engineers can share knowledge with your experts and develop secure integration methods. We are committed to strict protocols to prevent any contamination. The Council discussed the discussions vigorously but optimistically. Finally, Varric gave a speech in the conference hall. We continue our exchange program. The potential benefits are too significant not to ignore Dr. Lorick and Captain Miller. You will monitor the initial phase and report back with your results. This decision marked a new unit for the Intergalactic Relations Department in the coming months. Human scientists and engineers went to different planets, sharing their knowledge of water management and purification. They work closely with foreign colleagues to develop hybrid technologies that include the best of the two worlds on Earth. Alien scientists and engineers arrived to study human innovations up close. Laboratories buzzed with activity as joint teams tackled the challenges of adapting water-based technologies to diverse planetary environments. The collaboration was fruitful and led to breakthroughs that benefited all the species involved. One of the most important achievements was the development of a universal water purifier capable of converting toxic liquids from various planets into clean drinking water. The device is proof of human-alien cooperation, that could revolutionize life support systems across the galaxy. Cultural exchange has also flourished between human and alien societies, learning each other's traditions and creating a celebration of mutual respect and understanding. Dr. Lorik and his team's celebration of water became a symbol of unity, with participants from different species sharing the joy and meaning of the water element. Now seasoned Earth veterans presented their progress reports to the Council, highlighting success stories and challenges overcome. Over time, the once skeptical board now sees people as valuable allies and sources of inspiration. Humanity's initial shock at the water's immunity turned to admiration and respect, and the collaboration between Earth and the Galactic Council led to progress that improved the quality of life for countless beings. On a rainy day in New York, people once shrouded in mystery have become an integral part of the galactic community. Both humans and aliens give speeches. What started as a curiosity about our relationship with water has grown into something much bigger. We have proven that when we work together, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve miracles beyond our imagination. The crowd erupted into applause, disparate voices blending harmoniously to celebrate a shared performance. Dr. Lorik looked at this scene with satisfaction. The journey has been long and challenging, but the results are undeniable. The Milky Way comes closer to everything because of something as simple and profound as water. As the celebrations continue, one thing is clear. The future holds endless possibilities for those willing to embrace the unknown and work together, and it all starts with the discovery of human immunity to water.